So I always hear this thing about Eazy-E and the AIDS. My wife asked me what I thought. I said, I don't know. I don't know about that. But Suge Knight said it. He's been doing some great interviews. I think Suge Knight was actually the good guy. I think hearing him talk about Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, I think they were the bad guys. You can hear the way Suge talks. I'm a pretty good judge of character. This is my opinion. I think he kind of took the bad rap for being the boogeyman, right? They had to blame somebody. But
Took a lot of bad rap.
yeah,
His
I'm not saying,
reputation preceded him way more than it should have.
and
Let's
I'm,
just
I'm
say
not
that.
saying that he was an angel by any means, but I
He
am
was a
saying,
giving guy by all, like a
I,
legit giving guy.
and I do think he
Keep
was.
going.
I do think he was probably one of Tupac's real friends. I think so. I think he did have love for Tupac. But anyways, before we get into that, that'll be in the next video. But I heard him talk about this. Do you think that there is any truth or validity to the claims that Eazy-E was injected with a syringe with HIV/AIDS?
Yeah, I've heard this talked about it a few times on my channel, Dusty Vision TV. I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm a logical person, and I know many people who are around Eazy-E. Not only that, I know the person who connected him with Jerry Heller, Alonzo Williams. We do a show every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. NWA Stories with Lonzo is the YouTube channel. Alonzo Williams is the godfather of West Coast hip hop. He's the one who founded Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, amongst others. But those are the three biggest names we would know. They all came through his club back in the day in Compton called Eve After Dark. But that being said, even Alonzo Williams, who was one of Eazy's closest friends, talked to Eazy-E about a month before he passed on the phone. Eazy came to his house all the time. Same house that I still go to record him with to this day. He has told me that he thinks something's funny. So Eazy got AIDS one day, and then 2 weeks later he's gone. That's very weird when Magic Johnson is still around, right? And Magic Johnson got HIV in 91. It's 2025, and he's probably healthier than all of us. That being said, I am a logical guy, and when it comes to Eazy-E, I do know he was banging a lot of chicks. He was doing a lot of things, and he has a famous Howard Stern interview where he admittedly says, I don't use condoms. I don't like condoms. I just don't use them. So me being a logical person, I'm going to say that Eazy passed from AIDS. That's just my personal opinion. Why did he pass 2 weeks faster or faster than anyone else? I don't know. That part I cannot answer. I don't know.
Oh.
But I think it came from him doing his thing, man. I mean, Yella from NWA was doing adult movies at that time out of Alonzo's studio as well. Eazy-E was around there, you know what I mean? Yeah, Yella, the rapper from NWA, the producer from NWA, I should say, engineer. He had a very popular and very big adult movie career. Anyone type in YELLA on that sense, and Eazy was around there. So was he dabbling with some? Who knows? You know what I mean? But if I had to say, I'm going to go the logical thing and say, there was no funny business. Dude just stuck his thing in the wrong person.
Yeah, and I knew that Yellow did that. Now he's a born again Christian, thank God. But I didn't know he did it. I didn't know he did it at Alonzo's studio or whatever. Man, Alonzo, that guy's a character. I like that guy. He's kind of like you said, the old school Democrat. He's like my dad.
I got to get him on your show, man. The stories that he has, bro. Oh my God! If I was a fly on the wall, dog.
The one that I really like, bro. I'm glad you did it. Is when you started breaking down that conversation with Michael. I forgot his last name. The engineer.
Oh, Mike Frankie.
Bro, when you
the engineer from Banging on Wax.
That down. That was an awesome conversation, and the Banging on Wax was very influential, especially in Texas. It went worldwide, nationwide. But just, I want to say this: you said that he turned knobs, and I agree. But something about that album, bro, it had a certain kind of sound. It sounded good. It sounded, I guess, maybe L.A. or California has that, reputation, and it has that the equipment and the know-how to make good sounding music, bro. It just comes out and doesn't sound ghetto, right? And I'm in West Texas. You really can't find a studio. So I did want to touch on that.
It doesn't sound like Master P and like a little bit It was legit produced, like about as good as any album would be. You're right.